Good morning, this is Kasturi Dey. I was discussing in my last video about the question answer section of the heat chapter according to ICSE syllabus class 7. So today I'll start with the true and false. Okay. So the first one, iron ream contracts when heat is transferred to it. It's false because it expands, not contracts. Then as iron is a metal. So heat of a sun reaches the earth through conduction or convection. It is a false statement. It reaches the earth through radiation. Then convection cannot take place in solids. That's true. Then change of state from ice to water can occur at any temperature. False. It's at a particular temperature. That is melting point, you can say, that temperature, particular temperature. Glass is a poor conductor of heat. That's true. On touching a lump of ice, we feel cold because some heat passes from our body to the ice. That's true. Heat flows from a body at a high temperature to a body at a low temperature when they are kept in contact. That's true. All solids expand by the same amount when heated to the same rise in temperature. Answer is false. The statement is false. Different solids expand by different amount, not same amount, when heated to a same rise in temperature. Telephone wires are kept tight between the two poles in summer. False. It's kept sagging because in winter they contract and they can break due to the contraction. So they are kept sagging in the summer. Equal volumes of different liquids expand by different amounts when they are heated to a same rise in temperature. That is true. Then solid expands solid expands the least and the gases expand the most on being heated. That is true. Because solids, the molecules are compact and the gases, the molecules are very much free to move around. So they are heated, they expand more than the solids. Then a mercury thermometer that makes use of the property of expansion of liquids on heating. That's true. Kerosene contracts on heating. False. It expands. Water is a bad conductor of heat. That's true. Then medium is necessary for the transfer of heat by radiation. That's false. It requires no medium. Land and sea breezes are convection currents of the cold and warm air. That's true. Liquids are heated by conduction and radiation. It's convection and radiation. Black surfaces are poor absorbers of heat radiations. False. It's a good absorber of heat radiations. A vapor is a gaseous state of a liquid below its boiling point. That's true. Heat energy brings about change in temperature as well as a change in dimensions also. True. The radiant energy can easily pass through the vacuum. That's true. Mud houses are keep cold in winter and warm in summer. False. That's the other way around. Mud houses keep cold in summer and warm in winter. Then because the mud have pores in them which have airs and which have air trapped inside, and the air is a bad conductor of heat and therefore it does not lose heat during winter, which is present in the house, and it will not absorb heat when it is summer season. That is, it will not absorb the heat and so it will keep the house cold. So and it also has thatched roof which also has air trapped in it. Then copper is a better conductor of heat than iron. That's true. Thermos flask can help hot things hot but not cold things cold. That's false. It also keeps cold things cold. Okay. Then the expansion of liquids is more than solid. That's true. Shining bodies are poor absorbers and poor radiators of heat. False. It's a good absorber. Poor absorber and good radiator of heat. Okay. Next, we come to some short and long answers questions. Now, what is heat? State its SI unit. It's a form of energy and its SI unit is Kelvin. Then how is the size of a degree defined on a Celsius scale? A degree of a Celsius scale is 1/100th part of the interval between the ice point and the steam point. We know that Celsius scale is divided into 100 parts. So 1/100th part of the scale is a degree, and which is a 1/100th part of the interval between the ice point and the steam point. Then how is the size of a degree defined on a Fahrenheit scale? Fahrenheit scale has a division of 180 division. So a degree or on a Fahrenheit scale is 1/80th part of the interval between the ice point and the steam point. Now name the two scales of temperature and how are they interrelated. Two scales, say Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. The Celsius and Fahrenheit scale are related by as F is equal to, that is Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 C plus 32, or Celsius and Kelvin scale if we say, then it is T degree centigrade is equal to 273 plus T Kelvin. Then state the temperature of ice point and steam point on the Celsius scale, 0 degree centigrade and 100 degree centigrade. Then write down the temperature of lower fixed point and upper fixed point on the Fahrenheit scale. Lower fixed point is 32 degrees Fahrenheit and upper fixed point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Write then what is the Celsius scale of temperature? It is named after the scientist Anders Celsius. It is expressed as a degree Celsius, degree C. Lower fixed point is at 0 degree centigrade and upper fixed point is 100 degree centigrade. And the space between these 2 points is divided into 100 units. Each unit refers to 1 degree centigrade. Now what is Fahrenheit scale of temperature? It is named after the scientist Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. Okay. And it is expressed as a degree Fahrenheit, degree and then F, capital F. Lower fixed point is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, upper fixed point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and the space between these 2 points are divided into 180 units. Each unit refers to 1 degree Fahrenheit. What is the Kelvin scale of temperature? Then it was introduced by the scientist Kelvin, and it is also called absolute scale of temperature. Lower fixed point is 0 Kelvin, and when no molecular motion can occur. So this there is no negative temperature in the Kelvin scale. Ice point is fixed as 273 Kelvin and steam point is 373 Kelvin. And the interval between these two ice points and steam point is 100 equal parts. And each division of the Kelvin scale is equal to Celsius scale. Now write down the body temperature of a healthy person. It's 37 degrees centigrade or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit or 310 Kelvin. What do you understand by the thermal expansion of a substance? The expansion which is produced in matter due to the absorption of heat, that is thermal expansion. Okay, in matter, when the matter expands due to the heat, this expansion is known as thermal expansion. Okay. When a substance is heated, the molecules start moving vigorously or faster. Therefore, the distance between the molecules increases and the substance expands. We know that kinetic energy gains kinetic energy. The molecules gain kinetic energy when it is heated and they move faster, and the distance between them increases and the substance expands. In solid, the molecules are closely packed and held together firmly. Therefore, solid expands very little on heating. In liquids, the molecules are loosely packed and have more free spaces than the solid. So, on heating, the distance between them increases and they expand more than the solids. Then in gases, the molecules are free to move. The force of attraction is very less between them, and so say it can be zero also. So when on heating, they expand more. And when the most it expands. Therefore, the gases expand the most. Okay. Then to the outside atmosphere. Then why do telephone wires sag in summer? Then because they do not break when they contract in winter. During winter, what happens? These telephone wires, they contract, and if we do not sag in summer, if we tighten in the summer, in winter they will contract more, and due to this contraction they may break. So to avoid this breaking, in summer they are kept sagging so that in winter they can contract and they can come to a certain position so that they do not break. Then iron rims are heated before they are fixed on the wooden wheels. Explain the reason. The wooden wheels of a bullock cart are fitted with the iron rims to ensure a tight fit so that it can fit tightly on the wheel. The rim is slightly made smaller in diameter than the wheel. Then the iron is first, that this rim is first heated and it expands and it very easily fits the wheel. Now when it cools down, it contracts and make a tight fit on the wheel. Okay. Then why are gaps left between successive rail on railway tracks? As rails expand in summer, the gaps is provided to allow for this expansion. If there is no gap left, what happens? When the rails will expand in summer, it's their property, they will expand as it is a metal. So if it expands, this may cause the rails to bend sideways, which may cause derailment of and there may be train accidents. Then a glass stopper stuck in the neck of the bottle can be removed by pouring hot water on the neck of the bottle. Explain why. Then glass expands and contracts due to the thermal changes. We know that. But what happens when heat is applied to the neck of the bottle? This area slightly expands and this loosens the stopper, and so that it can come out, the stopper can come out easily. Okay. Then why is the cement floor laid in small pieces with the gaps in between? Because what happens in summer, the cement floor will expand and in winter they will contract. But if there is no space left, then this would break the cement floor. That's why a gap is left, and sometimes what happens, glass strips are placed in these gaps. Okay. Then one end of the steel girder in a bridge is not fixed but is kept on the rollers. Give the reason. Because if there is any rise or fall in temperature of the atmosphere, the girder can freely expand and contract without affecting if it had been fixed in the two position. If the girder expands due to the heat, what happens? The pillar may break or it may bend. But if when it becomes cold, it may contract and it will pull from the pillars and it would break. But the pillars may break. But if the other end is free, then this can expand and contract freely, which would not affect the pillars. Okay. Then state 1. Application of thermal expansion of liquid. Liquid mercury expands with the increased temperature and rises in the capillary tube of the thermometer. For this reason, they are used in measuring the temperature of a substance. Now, I stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the questions in my next following videos. If you like the video, press the like button. If you have any doubt in this chapter, if you please write down in the comment box. And if you are a new viewer to my channel, or if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe so that you can get the notification of my next video. Thank you.